Why are you dumping investments in the good old USA while pouring all your money into the rest of the world? I'm seeing signs the second half of the year could be a huge spike for our economy, so now is the time to get positioned. Plus, forget about that work-life balance hype. The real reason Carlos Slim might be right about working until your 75th birthday? There's no other choice. Now, we have ideas on how to head off the Social Security and Medicare disaster. And yes, you paid into the system, but still, you're probably going to have to make some concessions anyway. And I had 2 grand slams today, Biogen and Intuitive Surgical. I think I can keep the magic coming, not with 1, but 2 stock recommendations tonight. So get out a pen and paper and let's do it. Let's go make some money. Hi, I'm Charles Payne, and welcome to Making Money right here, right now. We do it every night, right? We help you make money, and how we do it? By investing in the stock market. Here to help our investment pros. Hey, first we got a special guest. Dani Hughes is back, CEO of Divine Capital. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Charles.
I didn't think you were going to come back after that high crush rock and roll, but we'll talk about that later. I don't know. Are you still a greenie?
No, I'm always a greenie,
I
baby.
hear you. Okay.
Always.
Heath Probacher, I got a beef with you. What's going on? Every time I go to the mall, they've got coats and sweaters. We haven't even had a heat wave yet. What's the deal with the retailers?
Because they want to try to get those people in that whole, back to school's coming up. People want to go shopping.
All right, Matt McCall, a question. Did Snoop Dogg smoke weed at the White House or not?
First of all, I thought you skipped right over me. Like, really? I mean, 4 beautiful women, but I'm done. I'm garbage here. Oh, absolutely he did. And I applaud him for it.
Tracy Burns, what's going on?
Not much. Looks
fantastic.
You think?
Yeah.
I was at the mall today, and you know what everybody was buying? Bathing suits. But to their point that they told me earlier, 50% off.
Okay. And Kate Rogers, we had fun Twittering and all that stuff today.
We did.
Oh,
we have
man,
a selfie
the old
up
folks are
online,
upset about the Medicare stuff.
Oh, they're so upset. And I hope I'm not working until I'm 75. I got a long way to go.
You're paying
but
for
you're
them.
young. You know,
gotta work.
Energy. Hey, guys, remember, we've said it before. We'll say it again. It's not about day trading, and we're not certainly countdown to the crash. It's all about the idea of successfully making a lot of money, building your portfolio, and you do it over time. We help you do it. Now, the way we do it is we call it the real deal. We go behind the headlines, we look under the hood, and we find those little nuggets that really stand out. So let's do it right now. Let's dig into the first real deal. Facebook reported their earnings just a couple hours ago after the bell, easily smashing Wall Street estimates. The social media company reporting big gains in advertising, especially in mobile ads. We've got another guest. This is almost like a salsa band. Jeremy Kaplan, but he joins us from the phone from Digital Trends. He's the editor-in-chief. Jeremy, real quick, a couple things. Now, on Facebook, you said they were killing it. You're absolutely right, at least at first blush. I want your take on those earnings. I also want you to grade the big 4 tech companies that reported this week. So, Jeremy, let's start with Facebook.
Well, thanks for having me on, Charles, even if I am just virtually here over the phone. In terms of grades, I'm giving Facebook an A. These guys are absolutely killing it. The earnings were very interesting to watch because numbers, people are always talking about the money side of things with Facebook, and they showed incredible ability to turn those users into dollars, which is something everyone was looking for. Remember when the IPO first happened, and everyone was saying, oh my gosh, there's just not a lot of money here? And now all of a sudden they're saying,
right,
here is the money. I think we have a lot of future for these guys to do even more. So
everybody was worried about mobile, but they shifted into that quickly. That momentum still going?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They said they had some very, very strong numbers in terms of mobile, and I think we're going to see those double a year from now.
All right,
keep on going.
Facebook is up right now, but when Netflix reported it was up in the aftermarket, only to open lower later. From a tech guru point of view, are they doing everything right, or is this maybe a little bit too much hype?
I'm giving Netflix a B+. They're doing a lot of things right. They have a lot of potential challenges down the road. I mean, they switched over from being just a DVD company to being the streaming media company, and they are, without doubt, the only company that's really just killing it in that space. But then there's this whole thing about slowdowns and network traffic and who's in charge, and they keep pointing the finger over at Verizon, saying Verizon's slowing things down. I think there is a potential roadblock there. I think Netflix might end up paying a huge chunk of money just to start streaming things around.
Yeah, but I bet you at some point Wall Street will start to forget and forgive that. That'll be an X item, if you will. Hey, speaking of which, Apple, you know what? It seems like they can never over-deliver. Wall Street was so-so about this one, even though the stock's up. What's your grade?
You know, I'm giving them a B. I mean, look, let's be clear. Apple is a gigantic force. They are going to continue to be a gigantic force. They're selling iPhones even though we know something new is coming out around the corner. No other company can do something like that. But what they didn't do is really impress us. I mean, remember, these are the guys that brought us insanely great. And where was insanely great?
You would have said to Will Chamberlain, 100 points is okay for a start. Okay, last one, Microsoft. You know what? The street seems to love Microsoft all over again.
Yeah, well, they had a very strong quarter. In spite of that, I'm going to give them a B minus, though, because they're in kind of a weird place right now. The things that were succeeding really well. For example, they have this new subscription model for Office, and they were making a ton of money off of that, a surprising amount. And they have this incredible cloud business, which is doing really, really well. But then there's just these obvious problems that are there. The whole phone thing. I mean,
all right, Jeremy, real quick, because I got to hold. We got a basketball team plus a substitute here. Hey, overall, tech sector, is it living up to the hype that Wall Street's giving it?
I think it absolutely is, but we're seeing all of the innovation from some new players. Rather than the big companies like Microsoft and Apple, we're seeing innovation in new spaces. It's fascinating to watch.
All right, Jeremy Kaplan, Digital Trends Editor-in-Chief. Thanks a lot. We love your expertise.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, guys, real quick around the horn. You like Facebook after the close?
I loved Facebook after the close. I own it. My clients own it. My kids own it. I've been holding this thing for a long time, and I'll continue to do that. I think their mobile apps have done really well. And I think that they've got a long way to go. I really think that Facebook is a name to hold for the long term.
Not only, you know, when it went public, mobile beta was 0. Now we're up to 62%. Right. And of those, they grew 67%. Expenses fell from 32% to 22%, and operating margin at an all-time high. You put that all together, you can't beat that.
And what is it, $14 billion in cash?
Yeah.
This company, this is a young company, and they have cash in the coffers already.
One thing, too, Charles, they're collecting all of this data about their users that I don't even think they've yet begun to monetize. They still have a long way to go with that, and mobile ads continue to grow, but they haven't even tapped into what they can do with
And we still don't know what they're going to do with Instagram and WhatsApp. I mean, that's a whole other aspect of their business as well.
Monetization, online video ads, things like that, Instagram, you know, the things like that. You know, it's so weird, guys, because you do want to be contrarian, you do want to worry, because I'm sort of worried when I'm head over heels. But again, I'm like you guys. My subscribers in the stock, I don't see how they're doing anything
there was a
wrong
negative.
right now.
I mean, user growth continued to slow. So there is that. And
the pace of user growth?
Yes, and I've said before that the kids, meaning my kids' generation, 13 and under, they're not using it. They're not on it. They don't want any
Instagram, Snapchat,
but
Instagram.
But they're monetizing the people now. That's the big difference. They're
monetizing what they have.
But the revenues per person, wasn't it lower than expected?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
so
other
that's the one thing that we have to look out for.
All good points. And, you know, at the entry at this level, we're at all-time highs.
Right.
You know, so do you say to somebody coming in, buy the stock now? You know, I would hesitate.
You would hesitate, but you're holding it. You're holding it for yourself and your kids. I mean, if you get too cute with this thing, you might miss the next leg up.
It's volatile. It's volatile. You know what I'm saying? So I think you can find a spot to come in.